This is our news, the weekend edition, and on the broadcast tonight, the Christian Council president expressing his views on issues at the Bahamas Mortgage Corporation. Plus, the Bain and Grantstown Member of Parliament shares some concerns over what's happening in his community as a result of the Economic Empowerment Zone Bill. And a group of physical therapists pops up in an inner city community.
Our news is brought to you by Alive.
Good evening, I'm Andrew Knowles, and thanks so much for joining us. President of the Bahamas Christian Council, Bishop Delton Fernandez, is weighing in on the recent drama surrounding the Bahamas Mortgage Corporation after several evictions and the revelation in Parliament earlier this month that the BMC is owed nearly $200 million. Fernandez says the House of Assembly was not the right place to highlight the issue, as he insisted the government can't shame anyone into better fiscal management. With that story, here's our Jasmine Brown.
We cannot blame people into right finances. We have to now figure out as a nation, how do we change our mindset? And we don't change our mindset by being aloof and talking down to people. We have to realize we have a problem.
Deputy Prime Minister Peter Turnquest highlighted just how big a problem it is in the House of Assembly last week as he told parliamentarians that the Bahamas Mortgage Corporation is insolvent with 47% of its loans in arrears. It followed the BMC's recent repossession of homes in the Millennium Gardens subdivision. According to the DPM, the number of loans being repaid to the BMC is 2,889. Of that amount, 1,366 of those loans are in arrears. The value of the loans in arrears is more than $34 million. Turnquest also said the BMC is currently owed nearly $200 million.
I think what happens is from a Parliament perspective, they're doing their job. I don't know if it solves the problem. I mean, you getting on a grandstand and telling me, here's the problem. It doesn't solve the problem. It identifies the problem. I think another piece that has been interesting, and just look at how it was attacked. I mean, I'm a civil servant, and I can't qualify for the cheapest portion of land you're offering because I'm overburdened.
Fernandez says it's obvious that many Bahamians are unable to meet their financial obligations.
That is very, very shocking to me, and it was almost like the AIDS statistics. Very shocking to me.
However, he says highlighting them in such a public manner does not solve the issue. So what should be done? Well, Fernandez says the first step should be more talk about better financial planning.
And really put the things in place that help come along. Maybe some of the workshops that we do in churches must be geared now. How do you manage your finances? What is too much debt? I mean, when is enough? These are conversations that maybe do better in church forums than shaming us in national forums.
Reporting for our news, I'm Jasmine Brown.
All right, thanks a lot, Jasmine. Well, in June, Parliament passed the Economic Empowerment Zone Bill with the aim of bettering the lives of inner-city community residents. Well, Bain and Grantstown MP Travis Robinson says while he commends his government's initiative, many residents have experienced what seems to be the first signs of gentrification. Our Jillian Gray reports.
Concessions and tax breaks within the Economic Empowerment Bill were heralded as the catalyst to revitalize inner-city communities. Though Bain and Grantstown MP Travis Robinson praised the government's efforts at removing bulk waste from the area, he says he is gravely concerned that they could be seeing the first signs of gentrification, as he says residents of 5 homes in his constituency have been evicted.
They've been living in these 5 different households for the past 10-15 years, and now since the Economic Empowerment Bill has been passed, the owners are now coming back for these homes, and so they're evicting the persons that live in these homes.
Those evicted families are now living with neighbors and relatives in nearby communities. Robinson said when they are allowed to return, they'll have to pay hundreds more in rent.
When they come back into this newly refurbished home now, that person having only paid $200 a month because of the condition of the home, they're now having to pay $500 to live inside this newly furnished home, of which the owner of the home benefited from the tax concessions of the government, but not passing that same tax breakdown to the occupants of the home.
The Baintown MP said while he understands the need to upgrade, the problem comes when residents who have called the community home for most of their lives are mistreated. He said steps must be taken now to address these concerns.
I understand the intent to upgrade the community and to provide a better standard of living. But there's a thin line, and there must be a delicate approach to how we reach this goal, because it is a reality, and we're going to find more and more residents being taken advantage of if we don't make progress now to try to mitigate against that.
Another concern for Robinson is that landlords are abusing concessions.
Now that the government has taken priority or seen it fit to make over-the-hill areas a priority on its agenda, all of a sudden these owners could find their way back and have such a care and passion for the development of the area. You didn't saw it necessary to fix your house 10 years ago, but 10 years later, because of the concessions and perks and privileges that are afforded under this new economic empowerment bill, you all high and mighty and for the area and want to see the benefit and the advancement. That don't fly with me.
The Baintown MP said the priorities of the bill must be centered on the priorities of the constituents. He also had this message for landlords who have left homes in disrepair for years.
To those homeowners out there who want to come back now and reclaim land and reclaim property and push the people out of it, if it's a fight they want, it's a fight they'll get. Because these people have been residing in these homes for years, suffering for years. Owners and landlords not properly maintaining. And just as there are those who have been not paying rent for 10, 15 years, there are those who were paying rent for 10, 15 years, but still being evicted because there's a level of what I perceive to be greed into the development of the home, and so you get more money, you get more tax breaks, and then you multiply.
He added that his office is working with families affected. Reporting for Our News Weekend, I'm Jillian Gray.
From the crime beat, officers of the Drug Enforcement Unit making several arrests here in the capital yesterday. An adult male was taken into custody after DEU officers searched his Lexington Avenue home and reportedly uncovered 5 pounds of marijuana in an oven. The man is expected to appear in court early next week to be formally charged. In other matters, DEU officers also seizing 2 firearms from off of the streets. While acting on information, they searched a derelict vehicle on Bimini Avenue. That's where they uncovered a Glock pistol. They also were led to an open lot on Hospital Lane and uncovered a 9mm Taurus pistol. However, no arrests were made in connection with either of these discoveries. Meantime, an adult male was arrested early this morning after he was found in possession of a 9mm pistol along with 1 round of ammunition. It was around 1 a.m. Saturday when the Mobile Division officers searched a Nissan vehicle in front of a home on Whitaker Road and discovered the illegal firearm. The man will be charged in court early next week. Police also need your help in closing the books on 2 armed robberies. In the first incident, a woman was standing in front of a residence on Chippenham Road when 2 men reportedly armed with a handgun robbed her of her gray 2007 Kia Sportage Jeep, license plate number 4305, along with her handbag before speeding off. Then in the second incident, which occurred around 10:30 last night, a man was standing in front of a club on Minnie Street when 2 armed men robbed him of his blue Honda Accord, license plate number AL9663, before speeding off. Investigations into both incidents are ongoing. And we will take our first break here. But still ahead tonight, we get the status on labor relations within the country. That's coming up when Our News returns.